Hey, I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install a Tusk Stage 1 Upgrade Kit on your Polaris Pro XP. Now, the Stage 1 Upgrade Kits, these things come with essential upgrades for your side-by-side. They're going to help your machine stand out, and it is the most budget-friendly option out of the 3 packages we have. So what comes in the kit is your removable half windshield. Now this thing is scratch resistant. It's going to give you some protection, but still allow a little bit of airflow into the cab and help cool you off. Now the second thing in the kit is the alloy mirrors. You're going to be able to see behind you. These things mount up to the A-pillars so you don't have a big bulky clamp that gets in the way of your windshield. Now the last item in the kit is the Force aluminum roof. This is going to give you a little bit of shade and help protect you from the elements. Now the aluminum roof, it comes in all of the kits and is a staple item for any side-by-side. So now that we've taken a closer look at what comes in this kit, I'm going to show you how to get all this stuff installed. To start out, we're going to be installing the mirrors. So we have the mirrors, the mounting kit. This kit comes with your templates and a drill bit, which means we're also going to need a drill. We have a 15mm socket, 16mm combo wrench, 4 and 8mm Allens, a 3/16 inch Allen, and a Sharpie, an alignment punch, and some soapy water. We're going to start on the driver's side. So the first thing we need to do is pull this rubber boot up and out of the way. And we've got a speaker wire in here. We're going to disconnect this connection. There's a little tab you're going to press down on. Then we're going to remove both of the A-pillar bolts. And we're not going to reuse these, but there's some nylock nuts on the back side that will be reused. Then we've got the 2 M10 by 50mm bolts. Those are going to go through the cage. And if they don't line up very good, you can always use an alignment punch to get the cage lined up. Then we're just going to use the stock nylock nuts. And we'll tighten both bolts down. Then we'll go ahead and do the same process on the other side. Next, we need to drill a hole into this rubber boot. Obviously, ours is already done, but we're still going to show you the process. So to do that, we're starting on the passenger side. So we're going to use the passenger side template. This is just a sticker. And we're going to line it up with the lines on this boot. So with that lined up, I'm just going to use the drill right into this. You can see where you're supposed to, but if you want, you can poke that little piece out and mark it with a Sharpie. And then with your drill, obviously we're using that drill bit that came in our kit. And you're going to want to make sure that you don't damage anything when you drill through, because this boot is pretty close to that A-pillar and you've got these wires behind there. So just make sure you keep track of those and keep them out of the way. And a slow speed is going to work best when you do this. Then we'll go ahead and do the same process on the other side. Now we can take the rubber boot. And I'm going to install the speaker wire first so I don't forget. And then we can take some soapy water, just spray that around the edge of the rubber boot, and it's going to help to pop that back into place. And the first thing we're going to worry about is getting the hole over that stud. So I'll go ahead and clean some of that soapy water off. And after that, we've got 2 O-rings we're going to apply grease to and then set in the 2 grooves on that stud. Then we can wipe off any excess grease, reinstall the jam nut, make sure the flat side is facing out. and then you're going to tighten down this lock nut. Then we'll go ahead and do the same process on the other side. And then you'll notice on your mirrors, both of these come in the same direction. So we need to get the Tusk logo in the correct orientation. So that's where that 3/16 Allen is going to come into play. We'll loosen that up, turn it 180 degrees, and lock it down. Next up, we have the half windshield. So first thing we need to do is remove the protective film on both sides. And while we're working with it, we are using a blanket underneath to prevent any damage to it. So this curled edge, this is going to be facing out away from the cab. So to get this thing ready, one of the things we need to do is install the bulb seal onto the bottom. So the bulb seal itself is going to be facing inside of the cab. So we're going to want to center this thing on the bottom. And if it's a little long, you can always cut the little bit of extra material off. You can either use side cutters, or if all you have is scissors, that should work. Now, as you install this, there's a couple things to keep in mind. If you find any spots that don't fit tight onto that window, you can always pinch this together and it's going to make a tighter fit. And then in this corner, that's where we're going to start, and just press this on all the way to the other side. Next, we're going to install the foam tape to these outside edges. This is, again, the portion of the windshield that's going to be facing in towards the cab. And then we can take this over to the machine. So we'll go ahead and set the half windshield into place. And again, this curved edge, this is going to be facing towards the front of the machine. Now for the Velcro clamps, we're going to wrap that around the roll cage and through the hole in the windshield. Then through the clamp itself, around that little bar. And then we're not going to get it tight yet, we're just going to push that end back through. And then once you have that clamp sitting like that, you can pull the Velcro strap tight and adjust this where it needs to be and strap it down. Next, we're going to install the roof. So to get this installed, we have a 5mm Allen and 13mm combo wrench. And then, this is the hardware that comes with the kit. So you've got 4 spacers, 4 washers, 4 nylock nuts, and 4 bolts. And then you're going to have 3 foam tape strips. Now with these strips, this is the bigger strip, and this bigger roll actually has 2 shorter strips in it. And then we're using soapy water to clean the roll cage, and you want to refer to the instructions throughout the process. So we're going to start out by cleaning off the roll cage with that soapy water and a rag. Then we're going to remove the backing from the longer piece of foam tape, and we're going to go across the front on the top of the roll cage. And then we'll do the shorter 2 strips on the sides. Next, we'll set the roof into place. And to get this mounted up, we're just using the existing roll cage tabs with the holes in them. So we're going to take one of the bolts, we're going to put a washer on it, then it's going to go through the roof, through the spacer, and then through that mounting tab, and then we're putting the nylock nut on the back side. With all the hardware loosely installed, you should be able to make some minor adjustments to the positioning of the roof. Once you have it where you want it, you can go ahead and tighten the hardware down. And that's how you install the Tusk Stage 1 Upgrade Kit on your Polaris Pro XP. Now, if you have any questions about the process, leave those questions in the comments below. And if you need one of these kits or any other accessories for your side-by-side, check out our website. We have a lot of options on there for you. And if you want to see more helpful content like this, we have a lot of videos on these Pro XPs, so make sure you subscribe to our channel. I'm Charles with Rocky Mountain. Thanks for watching.